The 2014 baseball season starts tomorrow for both the A's and Giants, but take me out to the ball game doesn't always mean having to go to the ballpark itself. Yelp is here with some of the best picks for A's and Giants fans for family-friendly places and sports bars around the ballparks. John Tower-Aikman joins me to talk about that. And John, hey, we were talking about both ballparks and what a different vibe they have. Let's start with the A's because they are the home team tomorrow night.
Sure
Hopefully, should they get the game in with the weather and all.
Right.
But they're the home team tomorrow.
I love A's fans. Every time I go there, they have those vuvuzelas that, they have the horns, they have the drums.
Right.
Just such a vibrant crowd.
The fans in the left and right field stands with the flags and all this constantly chanting.
And they're playing incredible baseball the past couple of years. They've really formed that team, really cohesive and scrappy, one of the highest scoring teams in the league last year.
So, you want to get something to eat before the game. Right around the Coliseum, there's not a whole lot.
Exactly.
So you have to go into Oakland.
Right. So the first pick is Cato's Ale House, which is over on Piedmont Avenue. Kind of an unsuspecting place to enjoy the game, and it's family friendly, which I think is important to point out.
That is important.
Like, you want to bring the kids in to enjoy baseball from a young age.
Good looking burgers.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I think, it's a lot of fun to, it's not only great at stadiums, but, bars have a great reputation of really bringing fans together, right?
Now, one thing that you mentioned that the Yelpers said, if you're going in expecting big screens, not so much at Cato's, right?
Right. It's more of a laid-back place to really just kind of sit back with the family, enjoy the game, and get together.
Okay. Let's move to the Easy Lounge.
Yeah, another unsuspecting place. Really high-quality food here. So, you're not going to be eating just plain hot dogs. It's going to be a little bit higher end and family-friendly.
It is as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's always important to point out when it comes to baseball.
Of course. Of course, because you take the kids to the game. So tell us a little bit more about the Easy Lounge and what stands out to Yelpers about it.
It's good for groups. I think that's important when you're talking about sports. You don't want to show up alone. You want to come together. And it's over on Grand Avenue in Oakland.
Okay. Let's now move to the ballpark because one thing that Yelpers have been telling you is some of the hidden jewels of each ballpark. So behind us we have the Oakland Coliseum.
Sure thing.
And of course there's a big controversy over how old it is and the fact that we need a new ballpark. But tell us some of the places the Yelpers have told you about.
Even though there's a lot of foul territory, that's the big thing. The difference between Giants ballpark and A's ballpark is there's so much foul territory. So great seats, again, are right behind home plate. But really, the thing to point out is the affordability of A's Stadium. Field level seats at Giants ballpark can cost up to $100. Here, certain games are $30 down on the field. Right? And then there's craft beer over on the right in the lower field section. Fat Tire has a bar.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about maybe, 106, 206, somewhere in there?
And the food-wise, the barbecue stands out at the A's Stadium.
Yes, there are several barbecue stands, actually, at the A's ballpark. I saw the Kinder's is there now.
And Ribs and Tips. I think is the
I'm
name
not
of
familiar with that one.
But
So there's a lot of different types of food there as well. One of the things that stands out about the Coliseum as well is you get up into the cheap seats right behind home plate, the area that isn't tarped off. You have a beautiful view of the ballpark.
It's $8 sometimes, right? I mean, super accessible for the family.
A beautiful night in the East Bay when the weather's relatively warm. You can't beat it for $8 to get in the ballgame.
And it's true. On the visitors' side, you get tons of sun. So when you're down in the field level, you're going to get way more sun, which again separates it from San Francisco, where it's always a little
so you're
cold.
talking about the right field line somewhere between 112 all the way out into the bullpen area. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's move on now to the Giants.
Big season
experience.
For them.
The Giants looking to get back on the winning track, get back into the playoffs. What are some areas around the AT&T Park that stand out to Yelpers?
Well, are we talking bars?
Yeah.
I think Double Play is really great. Double Play is on the grounds of the first baseball stadium in San Francisco.
Oh, Seal Stadium.
Yeah, back in the Seal Stadium over in Potrero Hill. And you walk into Double Play and you feel like you're in a baseball bar. They have old gloves on the wall and memorabilia on the wall, and it's a smaller place with a dining room in the back. And they're known for their breakfast burritos.
And one of the great things is you can take 16th and Mission, get off at BART there.
exactly.
You're there.
And you walk right over.
Okay.
It's one of those old school joints. I love it.
You see some of the photos of the old San Francisco Seals.
Right, and that's a heritage that a lot of people don't know about in San Francisco, those older teams.
That's a great point. That's a great point, and especially because we're looking back into the 50s now and before. For what we're talking about here. Okay, so the double play. What else?
Really unsuspecting here. You're never going to think to go to Celia's by the beach to watch a game, right?
No, not at all.
So this is out in the outer Sunset on Judah, and what they do is they put a projector up and on a big movie screen right in the middle of the bar and restaurant, and they turn and they pump the volume up, and you're sitting there watching a game on a giant screen, right?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, and it's good, and again, it's family friendly.
Yeah, and the food is good.
Yeah, the Yelpers were talking about just that traditional Mexican food.
Oh, there you go.
And you stop back to think, and you read sometimes those things you find on Yelp. You're like, wait a second, Celia's? That's where I go?
And the other thing great about this, I guess, is that you can also just get on the Judah line and ride it all the way to the ballpark.
Yeah, I think Giants fans just spread far and wide. So wherever you go in San Francisco, you're finding Giants fan watching games.
Okay, that's fantastic. There's also one that you found that Yelpers liked as well, Yancey's.
Yeah, Yancey's. One Yelper described it as my uncle's man cave back in the 60s.
Okay.
They have those like dim lights, and you can bring in your own food.
Which, you can?
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? Like you can, it's real casual in that regard, and fans really flock to it, especially on Sundays, without a doubt.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we've seen what's around the ballpark.
Yeah.
Let's go into AT&T Park now and talk about some of the favorite places to sit and to get something to eat.
Yeah, AT&T Park is really the jewel of Major League Baseball.
It is.
I mean, when there was so much intentionality when they designed it. You're looking out on the bay, so when you talk about seating, behind the home field plate, or home base, sorry. Up on sections 315 and 317, certain days, the prices change if they're playing the Dodgers or the Padres in days of the week.
Right, they have that sliding scale, don't they? Yeah.
So Yelpers were talking about how you can find certain games that are like $15 up behind home plate.
So we're talking about the 315 area, 314, somewhere
just
in there.
Gives you, that quote-unquote cliche majestic views, right? Of the bay.
Yeah, especially on a nice sunny day in the summertime.
Watch out for seagulls, by the way.
Good point. And it does get a little breezy up there, so take your jacket.
It does. Yeah, I think that's always going to be a part of the park.
Actually, I found that anything along from home plate all the way into the right field corner, beautiful views in the top deck.
Yeah. You catch the city, right?
Exactly. You can look back to your left and you see the city, and then off to the right you see the bay. It's just a fantastic view.
And I have found sections 101 to 106 on Yelp. People talk about how the wind doesn't swirl as much down there right on the field. Yeah, you're kind of blocked by the brick wall. Yeah.
So down here in the arcade section is what they call it, and down on the field level. So that's a good place to be. Also good foul ball territory.
Right.
As well. Okay.
And then on the other side, you can be over on section 129. Those sections, you can be right by the Giants bullpen, which is right by the pitchers. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Real part of the game. Yeah. One of the things also that stands out about AT&T Park is just the variety of food.
It's huge, right? Yeah. They made a big deal about making sure they're capturing San Francisco as a part of it. You have the lobster rolls, you have the crab stand.
Yeah.
They even have
garlic fries.
Yeah, garlic fries. And then speaking of, they have like a Gilroy garlic stand, and then they have a North Beach section where they're capturing all the different Italian foods, and Stinking Rose is a part of it, I think.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I love the Cha-Cha Bowl. Don't know if you've had it, but they're good.
That's the Jamaican jerk chicken?
Exactly. Orlando Cepeda.
Oh, very cool.
Stand. So there's a lot of different
I'm excited. I mean, baseball season.
Just talking about the food makes me hungry. John Tower Aikman, thanks so much for joining us. And let's play ball. We'll be right back.